Hello friends, Tanya here with, oh no, the last day of the 2025 Spellbinders 12 Days of Stitchmas. Let's see what day number 12 is. Looks like everyone's come to dinner. I do love that vignette. Oh, that's so pretty. Here we have, oh my gosh, it's a super cute nutcracker. I think there's going to be a lot of layers in this one. I myself have taken all of the doors off of the advent calendar, and I am storing them with the dies so they are a quick reference to what they're supposed to look like when they're assembled. And I die cut this from a bunch of different specialty cardstocks. The face and the hands I die cut from some white cardstock and then use my Copic markers to color into a flesh tone. Now the face has one piece that's a backer that adds the details with the mustache, the eyebrows, and the eyes. There's a cute little hat with a hat band, which I've stitched with some gold diamante thread. I did not record, I don't believe I recorded any of the stitching because it's pretty simple, and there are so many pieces to assemble on this cute little nutcracker. I did, I think this is the pearlized metallic from the gold assortment is what I used for the hat band. And then I used the mirror metallic for the crown piece that goes on his hat. And for the little knob at the top of his hat, I added some mirror red or mirror metallic red cardstock. The hat itself is out of the pearlized metallic. I used the antique assortment, the ruby assortment, the onyx assortment, and the gold assortment to create this particular die cut, not creature, not critter, fella. There's the word I'm looking for. There are dies that cut the hair, the curly little hair that sticks out on each side of his head. And I'm just adding a little bit of glue on the edge and tucking that under the head and getting that lined up, making sure he has the perfect hairdo, nice and symmetrical. The body of our, or the torso of our nutcracker, I did in the mirror metallic and the pearlized metallic. There's like a waistband on our cute little nutcracker also. I did put a backer on there, and that is just some white or cream colored cardstock. I think it's white though. Now we're going to add a little bit of glue to that little notch or tab on the top of the torso to add the head. And there are embossed lines on all of these pieces to show you where you will adhere the next item. I adhered his waistband on. I'm going to put the heavyweight block on top of that while I'm assembling the other pieces. I have backer pieces cut for the boots, and I've already done the stitching on the shaft of the boot. There are dies that cut out the toes of the boot, and I did that in the onyx assortment in glitter cardstock. And the shafts I die cut in the pearlized metallic cardstock. I do love to have different finishes on our metallic cardstocks for the different layers because it really helps add some definition. Now, I have to confess, I have never watched the Nutcracker Ballet. I know that it is a Christmas favorite for many people, but it's not something I've really had access to in my life. So I had to Google search the Nutcracker images, and that's how I came up with my color scheme. I could have gone a whole lot less traditional. I've seen some really cute color combinations for nutcrackers, but I thought that I just wanted to do a traditionally colored one first. Next, I am going to adhere the hands to the ends of the sleeves. Just going to line those up on the embossed lines on the hands. The tops of the arms have some embossed lines that'll show us where to put the little epaulets, I think. Oh no, that's where they fit under the shoulders. Then the epaulets get added over the top of that. Just going to line those up, and then I'll add the epaulette on the shoulder. and that's really coming together. This does take a little longer to assemble than several of the other dies that were in this advent calendar, but this is like the last hurrah. It is the most elaborate, the most layers, and it is so cute. I think this is a great little nutcracker. There was a dancing nutcracker last year, and I bet this coordinates really well with him also. Just going to add his little legs on the bottom of our nutcracker. I'm not certain I got these completely lined up correctly, but you know what? That's okay. Just going to move these legs out so that they line up with the outside of the outside edges of the waistband. I'm going to pull out the 5x7 Matting Basics largest die, set B, and I'm going to take the, I think this is actually called Fancy Ornaments. This is one of the Infinity die sets from Hero Arts, and I thought about using the largest one on this 5x7 piece of cardstock, but I think it's just a little too big. So we're going to take the next size down. I'm going to cut out that from the center of the piece of cardstock and die cut it with the 5x7 Matting Basics die. Next, I'm going to take the Peppermint Stripes embossing folder, and I'm opening that up, and on the side that has the typing on it, I'm going to use the Lisa Horton metallic inks in solid gold. I'm just going to lightly tap all over the raised portions of this design. And then I'll close it up and run it through the die cut machine to impress that ink and that embossing into our design. I want this to be just a little darker, so I'm going to add another layer of ink, close that, and run it through the die cutting machine again. And look at that shimmery, gorgeous stripe. Telling you, this is the vision I had in my head, and it's actually coming out quite nicely. Now I'm going to take the next layer down of the Fancy Ornament dies, going to center that in the front of the card because I want this to be kind of a peekaboo card. Once I have that taped in place, I'll open my card base up and run that through the embossing machine, the die cutting machine. And then I'm going to layer on the striped panel on the front of the card. I did add some extra cardstock scraps on the back of this before I'm going to line this up. Now remember that this is not perfectly symmetrical, so make sure you line it up appropriately on the front of the card. So now we have this matted hole. I'm going to add the nutcracker on the inside of the card, and this solves the how do I decorate the inside of the card problem for me. I'm going to center him in our die cut hole, add an extra heavyweight block there, and then I'm going to take this A Little Nuts Stamp and Cut set from Hero Arts. This came out in July, I think. Anyway, I got my hands on it. I had to have it, especially knowing I was going to have this cute little nutcracker to play with, and they're great sentiments. Just honestly, they're great. So I'm stamping them in clear embossing ink on a scrap of heavyweight white cardstock, and we're going to use the gilded embossing powder again. You can use any gold embossing powder. This is just the one that I kept grabbing. I'm adding that to our embossing, and then I will heat that up with my heat tool until they are raised and shiny and smooth. I do love an embossed sentiment. I almost never do just stamping. If I stamp a sentiment, especially for a front of a card, it's going to have embossing. Otherwise, maybe for the inside of the card, I might not emboss. There are coordinating dies for all of these sentiments, so I cut those out. And for the one that's going on the front of the card, I'm adding an extra layer of cardstock on the back for a little extra height and dimension. So now we'll adhere that to the front of the card. I'm going to put it just at the base of that Fancy Ornament die cut area. And then I'm going to take some gold sequins. These are again from another old Hero Arts kit. These are just cupped sequins with a hole in the center. There's two different sizes of sequins, and I'm adding a lovely scattering of these sequins across the front and the inside of the card. Now I'm making the inside and the outside of the card actually kind of all one design because you can see through to the inside. Now that I have that all adhered, I'll add the sentiment to the inside of the card. And since I die cut it out, it makes it really easy to play around with where that's going to be placed. I adhere that to the inside of the card, give that a little time to adhere, and that completes the 12th day of the Advent calendar. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really had fun playing with all of the techniques. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, now would be a good time to do that. Leave me a comment. I always love to hear what you have to say. And check that description box below for a link to all of the products that I used today. Until next time, here are a couple more videos I thought you might enjoy. Bye-bye.